How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the last video where we went ahead and restored and painted the trunk on my 1989 Honda Accord LXI. If you're new to the channel, this was a car I picked up in Miami from the original owner, and it had 38,000 miles. Now it's right around 42, almost 43,000 miles, as I have been driving it while doing the maintenance. We still have quite a bit more maintenance to do, but I do want to finish up some of the things that I did not finish up on that last video. First off, let's go ahead and pop this trunk, and we need to get all the things back in there, everything cleaned up, and make this car look nice again. Now, I was able to go ahead and hook up the latch, which was not working on the trunk, and now we can pop it from the inside. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk and get going on that, and then we'll probably finish off by cleaning up the rest of this back area here and cleaning out the car and just doing a full walk around and video of the car to give a full update on where it's at now. So let's get going. And you guys can see it is a mess. So let's pull everything out of here. I've got all these plastic liners that I want to clean up. We've got all the clips to put back in, but should look really good once we're done. Well, guys, for the most part, everything is back in and looks great. Now, obviously, this stain here, I've tried almost everything that I have in my shop to get it off, and it is not coming out. I don't know where that stain came from, but it looks like it was obviously from the spare tire. Not sure how that happened, but I am going to try a couple other things to get that off before the end of this video. So far, I've tried paint thinner, lacquer thinner, paint stripper, and also some Goo Gone. None of that did anything to the stain. And then there's also a few other things, like I used some probably random screws. Now, everything came off of this trunk when I did it at the beginning of the year this year, but I could not go back and figure out exactly where every screw went in, so I kind of just guessed. So I know it's not perfect, probably the screws that are underneath here. I probably used the wrong ones along here. But I think I actually used the right ones on that back little cover over the shocks. I think those were actually the right ones. But outside that, I'm missing a couple or just two of those little push-in pins, one there and one there, I believe. Everything else kind of just fit right in. I do have some pieces that I have no idea where they go. I felt like these were off this car because they were in the bags that I had set aside for everything I pulled out, but I have no idea where they go. So in the comments, if you know what those are, let me know. So right now what I want to do is see if we can get that stain off. So I'm going to go down and get a couple things. Also, one more thing is, I don't know if this is the original cover here, this hard piece that's supposed to give you a little support for the trunk or not, but it doesn't seem to fit in there 100% properly. It is broken, but it is what came in the car. So what I think I'm going to do, I have a spare piece of cardboard like that. It's actually a little bit more durable. I'm going to cut that out, probably make it a little bit different design so it fits in there a little nicer, and cut that piece out to fit in there and lay flat to give us a little more support. So that's probably what I'm going to do before the end of the video. Other than that, just clean everything up real nicely and then show you guys at the end how everything came out. Well, guys, I guess it's time for a fill-in because I ran into another unexpected problem with this car. And as you can see, there's some surface rust, nothing crazy, that was located underneath the carpet that kind of snaps into place along the back side of the back seat. So I was hoping I could kind of fix this while in the car, because I've learned from past experience, when you take a lot of things off these old cars, especially seat brackets, seat clips, they do tend to break and then they never go back together the same. And these seats are in such incredible shape. I want to try to keep as much together as I can, but also fix this problem. So I did already start to do something on this side, where I had already had some of this stuff in my possession, the metal rescue. And so I'm trying to soak this a little bit to see if that works. But it seems like I may have to take this thing out and go ahead and just treat it with some rust paint or some rust converter before we put this carpet back in. So I did decide to take this carpet completely out. And the reason why is I think our best solution is going to be re-dyeing this, and Duplicolor and a few other brands make a vinyl and fabric paint that's a dye. So this will basically spray on like a spray paint, but it will fully dye this carpet. And I think it's going to be able to cover up some of these marks here. I did pick up this one that seems to be a little bit darker, but man, that is pretty darn close. And I was going to just treat this spot here, and I decided let's take the whole carpet out, clean it down really, really good. That way the dye will stick to the fabric and look really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this down really well, and then we'll go ahead and put probably 2 cans of this on there, I'm thinking. So I gotta go pick up 1 more can of this, and we're just gonna basically blend the whole thing. I think it's gonna look really good that way. And then we'll put it back in after we treat the back of that seat. Oh, also, I'm going to go ahead and cut a new piece of this out to kind of fit in there a little bit better, because I'm afraid if I put anything in this trunk, it could collapse. So that is another thing that we'll do before the end of the video, and get all this put back in and just take a look at what we've accomplished. Well, guys, everything is back in, and overall, it looks absolutely amazing, guys. Night and day different, but I do have to say that I'm a little dissatisfied with how this Dupli-Color vinyl and fabric spray worked on the stain. I was really hoping it would cover that stain completely, but obviously you can still see it. It kind of has a shadowy look to it. Way better than before, but the other downside is because I had to put so many coats, it got real rough in this area. Now, in these areas, I gotta say, it looks really nice. It really covered it. So if you just wanted to change the color from a lighter tan to like a darker tan kind of color, more of a golden color, this is the way to go. It actually blended really nicely. Everything got covered very nicely. But my entire purpose was to get rid of this stain. Like I said, it looks a lot better than it did before, and I'm just going to have to deal with it unless I want to buy a whole new carpet. Now, there's a few options. They do sell online a replacement part that just goes in here. I mean, a replacement piece of carpet that goes in here, and it probably looks really good. But I don't want to spend $150 since I've already spent some time and money getting this one redone. So for fun, I went down and picked up this. Pretty inexpensive, especially since I had a coupon. It was on sale at Advance Auto. I spent about $25 total, and I got a floor mat that I kind of wanted to see how it would look in the middle here, and I figured if I didn't like the way it looked once I lay everything out, I can use that floor mat for the car because I just have a very cheap set of floor mats covering up the original stock floor mats, which I still do have. So what I'm going to do is put this in the trunk, fit it in there, cut it around, and if I really like the way that this looks in the middle, we're going to go ahead and glue that down. So let's put it in there and see how it looks. Well, guys, the rubber mat is all cut and put into place. And as you can see, I decided to scratch the idea of the floor mat in the middle, and ironically found some emblems in my glove box I forgot I had put in there. Went ahead and put them down, actually cut the little holes out, push them into there, and I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely nothing I've ever seen before, and I think I'm gonna roll with this specifically because I was just trying to cover up those stains and kind of have some fun with it, and I think this came out really cool. So we're gonna keep that. And also, I absolutely love the way that these emblem floor mats look on the back here. So if you guys are new to the channel, when I picked this car up, it had this, I think possibly original factory plastic down, covering up the original floor mats that look pristine. I mean, they look brand new. They look like they've never been sat on. In fact, this back seat may have never been sat in at all. And I don't think any feet have ever seen the floor mats underneath here. So I want to keep that plastic on there, at least for now. I may end up putting something else different down to protect them. But I love the way that these rubber mats look, so I'm going to pick up the other one, and they do have a matching set for the front. So I'm going to roll with those, especially for car shows and especially for daily driving, to kind of protect those original floor mats. So that is what I'm going to do. And like I said, I was just trying to have some fun with this trunk, and I think everything came out really good. I hope you guys enjoyed it, maybe gave you some ideas out there. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'm going to catch you on the next video.